No. Welcome, the Algire's Garage. We're getting most of the gaskets cleaned up. He said, I am working on timing cover. This is all ready to go. And this is right here. This hole. Right there. That hole. And that hole. Drill down, out. Half inch. I want to make it a little bigger. I want to, because there's actually a step in there that I want to dig, I want to drill out. And once that's done, I can start putting things back together. Over here, Regina, you have made such a mess. We're getting this cleaned up, seals and stuff. I can't emphasize enough. Turn the light on. These holes here. See what's down that hole? What's down that hole in a Ford? You take a drill bit and just turn it down through there. See it coming out? That, my friend, that will lock up and onto a bolt. These Ford timing covers, a lot of times you go to change a water pump and you start backing those two bolts out and the bolts snap. They're not snapped in a block, they snap in this timing cover. What I always do with these is I'll clean these out. The bolts that go in there, I'll run them through the wire wheel. You know, the thing that shoots wires everywhere. Clean them up good. I'll primer them, I'll paint them. And then when they dry, I actually put grease on them when I put them back in. So there's never an issue with snappage. Because believe me, I've gone through this many, 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 many times. We don't go through it anymore. So stay tuned and let's keep rocking. We brought in reinforcements. The master mechanic is here. We're doing, like I said, we're making the oil passage bigger. Just a little bit. Ow! Thomas, my feet are getting sparks. I have flip-flops.
That's why you wear boots when you're in a machine shop.
We're not in a machine shop. We're in the Algire's Garage.
Oh, it's a garage.
Okay, you're almost there. Easy. It's true, but it's got... That's good. Whoa, stop. Those pieces are flying where we don't want them to fly, so let's get that cleaned up.
Yeah, there you go.
But I'll tilt the block over, and then we'll just drill that little bit, and that should be it. $10-4 on Tommy's and bending. What do you see? My new oil pump dry shaft. You should be careful with razor blades. Thomas, do you need a chair? Thomas, you need a chair?
Probably.
That's what we're going to do. Just to mark this. Cold snack!
Where?
On the floor.
Well, why'd you knock it over?
Why did you knock it over? And all we're going to do is we're going to go in there and we're going to tune up that hole. Oh. Make sure you get the right hole, Tommy. The right hole is very important.
But not that one. Not that one.
Nope. That one. Won't take much. Just take a little bit and pull it out and see how far it is. It ain't gonna take much. How's that?
Looks like it.
Okay, we'll get a little bit of brake clean. We'll douche it out.
Yeah, I hit it.
The reason we're doing this, folks, is because they actually put little ridges in there. This is going to let more oil go to the oil filter. And it's going to eliminate some of the restriction on the oil pump.
There, now you got it.
You got it? The gooder?
Yep, now we're at the bottom.
Okay, let's get some stuff to clean it.
There's no connection. How's that going to work to here?
Well, because the oil pump goes there. How are you going to drill holes when the oil pump's in the way?
You got me.
Regina, is it going to make power? Huh? Yeah. Is it going to make power? You ain't talking today? Yep, you're supervising. What else is new?
Trouble when you hire supervisors.
Here, Thomas. Unfortunately, I don't have much other stuff. You got that cloth in there yet?
That shouldn't be the hole that's coming out of.
Yeah, it should be. It should be coming out of that hole.
No, it comes out the hole that we drilled.
That is the hole we drew. Oh, no, that's right. I'm a dummy. I'm using Berryman's B12 for this. And check it. You know, they always use a double roller timing chain? Not me. I like these better.
Ah.
It's less vibration.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Put the flashlight on there once and make sure we're clean.
Oh, yeah. It's
Oh, you still got, what's that on the edge of the hole there, Thomas?
right here.
Yeah, that's just cloth.
Oh, right. Now we got it.
So that hole looks better through there. That would,
That's pretty decent.
we don't have that ridge anymore. It was in there.
Now the only thing if you had like a Dremel now, you could go like 45 where the two drill bits come together.
I thought of that, but I don't have one to do that.
Yeah.
That's you know what? It's making a difference. So we're not gonna like go completely excessive.
Right.
And then the next part, like you said, we put this timing chain. This is a different style. Look how tight this one is, man, compared to the old one.
Yeah.
And we got the oil pan. Work on the timing cover over there. I made a baffle for those things out of tin. I got to show you that. Check this out. Hi, Thunder. Ooh, cold snacks. Check this out. Primitive, but you know what? Who cares? As long as it works.
Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, that's all you
I had to make dimples in it because it was hitting the rocker studs. But hey, as long as it works,
It's the
that'll keep that oil from getting in the PCB and running down my damn valve cover.
oh, okay. So yeah, it's just a vent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
But before, the oil was shooting through here
Right.
and getting in the PCB, and it was hitting that stupid cap, and it was running down the valve cover.
Right.
So now hopefully we stop that.
Uh-huh.
No, probably not, but we're going to try anyway.
Oh, it should. Or at least that'll help it.
I hope so. So, once again, my master machinist comes to the rescue. Now we can get back in gear and we can keep doing. Right, kid? What? And we're off to here. We're going to put, I don't know where my flashlight got to. We open this up. Let me see if I can find my flashlight. Okay. See, we put that light on there like so. There you go. That's what we opened up. For more flow. That's a big hole. The oil pump, pretty big. We have everything to make this work. Get on, and remember, you should always torque this stuff. Don't just run it down there and just, no. I mean, you can if you want, but I didn't tell you to do it. They make torque wrenches for a reason for putting these back together, especially from vibration and whatnot. Tight is not always tight. Too tight can be too tight. Torque wrench tells you so. You definitely don't want to lose. Okay, we're gonna attempt to get this oil pump on. We said we made these holes a little bigger, trying to pick up a little bit of airflow, oil flow. Maybe that'll help a little bit, right, Regina? But make sure I have the gaskets where I want them. Okay, that one fits that hole pretty good. But this one is too big for this hole. So we gotta check. There. The pickup hole, the gasket's bigger. So this little gasket here, believe it or not, I almost forgot. Okay, here we go. Here's the dry shaft. As you can see, they're a little different. ARP fastener. Stock one. The ends are the same, but this is a different hardness, but the center's heavier. This is where I've had these snap. This motor's turning pretty high RPM, so we're taking all the precautions that we can. I mean, when you get one, you want to make sure that these ends fit. We'll put the old one down. I showed you what that is. We have to make sure the new one fits in the hex and the oil pump. And this is always a part here that goes in the distributor, because if you take this off and you go to put it in the distributor, or put it in, then put the distributor in. When you go to pull the distributor out, set the timer or something, this keeps it from popping out. Without this on, shaft comes up, falls in the oil pan, and done. Then we'll check it, we'll make sure it fits on the distributor. At this end, see, we're all good. What happens is the power comes from the camshaft through this gear, turns the shaft to the distributor, turns the oil pump on a Ford. That's how it works. Now that we have all the pieces, let's get rocking. Okay. Right there, that little hole where the dry shaft for the oil pump goes down. See how I can't push it through? When the motor's turned over, if that little retainer wasn't on there, it would go right through. We don't want that. So we're going to grab the oil pump, the gaskets. I don't use any sealant on these gaskets. I can't emphasize, just a touch of Loctite on each one here, and torque them. And then once we do that, we can get the timing cover on, that I never painted. That's fine. We get the timing cover on, and get the oil pan on, and start getting this thing back together. Phew. Okay. Oh, we'll put a little bit of scamutz on all these bolts, just because. Okay, maybe we'll put a little whoop. That's enough. This stuff is very expensive. That's two. Put just a little bit on these. Okay, well, let's just say that this is a little on the empty side. Whoop, not empty now. We'll share this one too. Okay, now, make sure the drive shaft goes where it belongs. And we're going to take the oil pump, put our big bolts in here. We just want to get it started because we have these other bolts we have to do also, plus we have to get the gasket right. There. Okay, now for some reason, there we go. Make sure you see your gasket. Make sure your gasket is in place. You get these two bolts started, and then we have to work this in. Now, one thing I didn't do, my bad. I think this is the same gasket, so check it and try to visualize it, and it is. So, I'm going to make this easy. I'm just going to do it this way. Through the hole. I may, which I'm probably going to have to. I'm going to have to loosen that bolt up. That is the oil pump pickup. I don't know what it's torqued to. Apparently not much. Just enough. That'll give me some wiggle room. Remember, well, I got a part again, so I'm going to take a peek real quick. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That'll work either way. So we're going to get this bolt started here. One. I'm going to use my torquemeter for these. Okay, we're going to have to get us a socket for that. Torque wrench, 40 pounds. Snug. I don't think that's right. It says 40 foot-pounds. I guess. Okay. Then all you gotta do is We're going to tighten this down to 40 foot-pounds. Here we go. You never leave your torque wrench tight either. Loosen that bad boy up. Okay. We're going to move on to the timing chain. We're going to move on to the timing chain cover. Get that on. Then once we put that on, I can get some oil in this chain because this chain is tight. Woohoo! But it'll loose up pretty quick. Cover on. Oil pan. We can get out the get the rest of the Craigslist rebuild. We're on our way. Okay. First you want to do is double check and make sure there shouldn't be any. Flashlight will do. Make sure you don't have any blind holes. There's a blind hole, or when it's not blind hole, that's bad. Okay, we're in good shape there. I don't use a lot of silicone. I put enough silicone around the water jackets. That's it. I don't put no more. Not to mention the stuff is ungodly expensive. There's no reason why you should need it anywhere else. No reason. The only place we put any skamuts is right around here. I don't put it anywhere else because I don't like having to try to get water jackets all I need stuff off. Put a little bit around here. Room temperature super glue. Like so. Now you get these bolts lined up. Sometimes these gaskets are a little shady. And this one's being shady. Here. Hopefully that works. Now. We don't put all the bolts. These bolts here would obviously go last because of the water pump. But you want to put them in. Because what if this gasket doesn't line up? We already used silicone or put it together, so we really need to, do it like it is. Because of the weight it is. And I'm not cleaning this motor up. She's going back in the way she is. Why is she going back in, you ask? Because I want her to look the way she is. I don't want her to look like you spent a lot of time on her. I want her to go out in the strip and I want her to look like just a run-of-the-mill beater. I'm looking for my bolts. Okay, so the motor is turned over. The timing cover would be on this side. So it would not be over here. And I hope that that's the right bolt. That would be no. These water pump gaskets on a Ford they only go one way. And that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. See these two dimples? They always go to the bottom of the timing cover. Like this. Like so. That was my lip crack, and it's fine. I put this kibbutz around there And I get that fast. I don't put any scammuts anywhere else. Just there. And then, before I even do anything on there, I scope out a couple of my bolts to see which ones will fit. What I'm thinking is I just kind of throw this water pump on. There's only two bolts back here holding the back cover on. So, I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this apart, replace the gasket because they gave me one between this tin and the pump. Because when I parked this thing, one of the main reasons I pulled it out, antifreeze was running down the one side on the oil pan crack from the front to the back. Don't know what it was. So I might as well seal everything and go over it good. I'm going to take this apart quick. I'll let you see what it sees, and I'm going to take it over and I'm going to clean it all up. Two bolts are out. There you go. I mean, that looks really nice inside. I'm not seeing any wear anywhere. So that'll be fine, but we're going to take this old gasket off. Apparently I had this part once before because I could see the silicone on it. So I'm going to clean this up. We'll clean this up. And I'm hoping we have a new gasket for this. That wouldn't be gooder if we don't. Right now we're rolling the end of the oil pan in. I got that one. These are never, ever easy. Now this one, it just doesn't want to go in. So what I'm going to have to do is probably trim a little bit off it. Okay, we're going to lay these gaskets out on here. These gaskets get shoved under the end of this. But I always put a little more silicone just in case. The ends are always the worst. Slide it under like that. Do the other side. Then we get the oil pan. They're lining up bolts. See, a little bit of scammuts. Here. Just a little. Okay, just a lot. Just enough to keep that from moving. Everybody does it different. That's the way I do it. Okay. We're going to get the oil pan on. Get a couple of bolts started. And we're going to end this segment. Now, when you put this pan on, it's going to rock. It's not going to just go on. So, You got to start bolts, and you got to pull it down evenly. So what you have to do doesn't mean it's going to work that way. You know, that's if I find them. No, I just had them. This pan is not just going to sit down on, oh, look, made in Taiwan. Ain't that just great? Yep, that just dropped the value of the car like $90. I'll get it off later. See how this rocks? What you have to do is you have to start the bolts here and there and everywhere, and then tighten it down. That's how you got to do it. Maybe sometime this century I'll find the right ones. Here's somewhere. Ah, found them. They're oily, and I'm not even washing them because I think then they won't get rusty. So we're going to put the big ones in first. Then usually what I do is I'll pull a pad down a little bit around the gaskets. See, now it's giving trouble. Now why is it giving trouble? Probably because this gasket is in the way, which is fine. It's going to happen. Don't like these quirk gaskets, but remember, budget build. This is what I got. This is what I'm using. You've got to keep wiggling it and turning it and wiggling it until it gets down through the gasket. Well, I almost forgot the rails for keeping the oil pan from getting messed up. I totally forgot. I am sure glad that I didn't get all the bolts in and then go, hey, you're a dumbass. That would have been good. What these things are for is they equal out the pressure on all the old pan bolts. Like some of the old school stuff, you tighten the pan, you'll see there's divots. When you put it back here, you take it out, you take a ball peen hammer and you cave all the holes back where they're supposed to be, whatever you want to call it. Well, that's what these do. These make a heavy surface to pull in the pan evenly, so you don't have to worry about that. So we're going to get this buttoned up and we'll be back soon.